Welcome back to Ethics in Science. This week's episode is all about the controversy of embryonic stem cell research. Joining us today over the phone will be Dr. Eva Feldman, an expert in organogenesis from the University of Michigan. Welcome to the show, Dr. Feldman, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Of course, and thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to share my passion of stem cells with you.
Let's get started. Before we get into the ethical issues associated with stem cells, can you give us a brief introduction on what embryonic stem cells are?
Absolutely. Embryonic stem cells are unspecialized cells with the capability of regenerating themselves. After cell division, the daughter cells are capable of either remaining stem cells or undergoing the process of replication again, or transforming into a different type with a specialized function such as muscle cells, brain cells, or blood cells.
Wow, that sounds incredible. From my understanding, the stem cells can be extracted from the embryo to repair damaged tissue and organs in the body to potentially cure cancer and other illnesses like heart disease and diabetes. So, how exactly does this process work?
To give you a brief synopsis of how the process works, the stem cells are extracted from the newly formed embryo and then modified to become a specialized type of cell to repair any old cellular damage.
Wow, that's very interesting. So, getting into the ethical dilemma, why are so many people opposed to embryonic stem cell research?
While the benefits of using stem cells to repair damaged parts of the body has the potential to save billions of lives in the future, religious beliefs are generally the reason that so many people are opposed. Similar to abortion, the process of embryonic stem cell research involves the destruction of the entire embryo. Most religious people believe that the moment that an egg is fertilized is when the organism becomes a life.
So, technically, there are no features that distinguish the embryo from any other egg until the 15th day?
Correct, and the newly formed embryo experiences neither sensation nor a sense of consciousness at this point.
And have there been any successes so far in the process of this research?
Yes, as a matter of fact, in my lab, injecting stem cells into the spinal cords of rats with ALS has shown great promise in arresting the disease. I am working on many experiments with stem cells currently and intend to see more positive results soon.
I see. And typically, where do the embryos that are used in the stem cell research come from?
Many fertility clinics donate all of their leftover embryos to stem cell research centers with the consent of patients.
So essentially, these embryos, which are being used for experimentation, would eventually be destroyed anyways?
Yes, that is right. Using embryonic stem cells for research has a very positive outlook, with new cures and treatments that are highly likely to emerge in the near future.
Wow, this is all incredibly fascinating. You have me convinced. Thank you, Eva, and all of our loyal listeners for joining us today on Ethics in Science. We'll be back next week with our segment on genetic engineering. Until then,